We got new wolves. We got China's reaction to the tariff, that ongoing tariff war with China and Trump.
Technically, old wolves.
It's true.
We got new old wolves.
Can't wait to talk about those wolves. Very strange, new, exciting situation going on there. And then we got the Minecraft movie making bank.
And China's. Why didn't you bring up mine?
That's right. I ignored it. You have bloody noses or what? Body.
It's the same word, bloody.
Oh, yeah. I can't read that. I refuse.
It literally, all it says was
I'll have to bleep this. No, I'm just kidding.
you know what? It's just Christian. Christian is very against people, so all it says was like love one another, and he can't say it because he hates everyone.
Yeah. Exactly.
He couldn't bring himself to say it.
Bloody noses are world peace. So I can't say it.
Would you rather? You know what? I think there's a lot of people out there that would rather not get punched in the face in world peace. You know why? Selfish people. And you know what? I'm looking at you, you people at home.
We should all be hacky sack champions.
Ooh.
Not champions, just really good.
Damn champions.
How much time do you want us to dedicate to
There could be only one champion. It'll be like, we were closer than brothers. But it's fine. We're hacky sacking.
We'll have to go to Hacky Sack Island and fucking...
Is that how you say it? Hacky sacking?
Yeah.
Wait, is that how you say it?
Happy sacking?
Not happy.
Happy sacking.
Hacky.
I know.
That's
yeah.
It's you hacky sack. The verb is to hacky sack.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess when you're doing it, you're hacky sacking, or you're sacking.
You're sacking.
Do you remember turkey tapping? Does anybody remember that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's been there.
Bullshit.
He's been there. He's felt it.
Whoever smells first.
Really tackle a turkey.
Been there. No, I said whoever smells first when you ask that question. Probably one.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so a turkey tap. Tap.
What's that?
It wasn't exclusive to Thanksgiving time.
Okay.
Now what would happen was somebody you'd be standing there and it'd be the back of their hand and they would tap your nuts. And this was the amount of abuse that high school
Where were you going with that?
I was about to say the amount of abuse high school boys give to their friends' nuts.
I mean, they get kicked in nuts. Yeah, it's always fucking, I don't know.
It's insane that a lot of there hasn't been a lot more significant issues. Because
yeah, I know.
For some reason in our minds, causing pain is hilarious.
Yeah.
Always has been as kids. Like doing stupid shit. I can't believe that the mortality rate of boys from the ages of fucking 8 to fucking 18 isn't 50%. We're all doing the dumbest shit imaginable. I remember so many times where it was like, hey, look, our new friend got a trampoline. Well, let's see how many dangerous things we can put on the trampoline with us while we bounce.
Or hey, that swing? What if we swung? Swung?
Swing?
What if we all swang? Oh, was it swung?
I think it's swung.
That makes sounds better. What if we all swung around the thing like this, and do a 360 over the pole?
Oh yeah, you know what? And it's if you reach the top and you just stop, hit that pole directly.
Oh. Also, that says hot sack in the thumbnail on the far left, right? Hot sack.
Oh, kickfire hot sack.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, that's what I had when people used to fucking kick me in the nuts. One time I remember a friend kicked another. Okay. Usually when you're not looking to destroy your friend's nuts. Yeah. Usually you're looking to cause a little discomfort where they go, oh. But one time I was in the school bathroom and my one friend had a chocolate milk and the other friend kicked him in the balls. So fucking intense. Side kick. Big full rotation kick directly in the balls. The kid was thrown up into the garbage can. It's like,
God.
Where? It's like boys are so fucking stupid. So awful. Boys are so dumb. I remember jumping off roofs.
Yeah, I remember
just to jump off roofs, and it was
I remember watching you guys jump off the roof onto this small little mattress on the ground.
Yeah. And it's what are we doing here?
I thought we were talking about jumping off.
Nobody was bouncing off the bed. They were like, my fucking arm. and then somebody else lines up to jump. Okay.
No, I jumped off the roof just like normally. There was some people that were doing front flips. I wasn't fucking doing
It
that.
honestly seemed like a Simpsons skit. It's like, poof, ow. And then you get up and then you get back on the roof. Poof, ow. Get up and get on the roof.
I know.
It's like, the funny thing is like when you really think of the benefits of that situation.
No. Yeah.
It's 2 minutes or like not even, it's 2 seconds of maybe fun to pain from hitting the mattress and pretty much the ground.
What's funny is like I just remember climbing on the roof because that's when they had like a lot of places still had that, like that little, what do you call it, thing that was like over the door or whatever.
Oh sure, like a small little shelf.
It's like a little like a little.
They have a name.
Porch thing.
I don't know what it was called though.
So I know a lot of like old dad took ours down, but some places had them, and I remember we'd climb up that to get on top. And I mean, they made those roofs so fucking easy to climb on though for kids. Like it was very simple.
You know what I remember? Because where we live, this is a weird story, but this is like where we lived, and I swear this is true. In my mind, I know it to be true. But what happened was on our street, there was one of the houses that was vacant.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I guess everything worked in the house, water and everything. But I guess one of the pipes burst. But only the kids knew about it. So it's like we'd go check on it, and it's like the basement just kept filling. And it got ridiculously high in that basement. And you just see the water keep going up. And it's like you'd go look through, like, imagine, like, okay, you know, like in your basement here, it's got like that little window.
Yeah.
We used to have those windows in the basement. So it's like you'd look in it, and it's like the water's like at the window.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy fuck. And
that was always a sight. That has happened before where it's just crazy. There's deep water in your basement, basically.
I remember
strange.
I just remember that house being like, I don't know if it's the same house you're talking about. Like, well, one of our old friends like lived there and then moved wherever down the road. And I just remember always seeing like, well, I don't know if it was real, but a ghost in the window. Oh yeah, there'd always be like this glare, this white glare in the window.
Is your fucking reflection?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
but I heard a story that somebody actually died in that house because they
an old man fell on the stairs.
Yeah.
These are kids' stories. Come on. These are fucking classic kids' stories.
I heard fashionably up here. Hey,
yeah, story. Somebody fell in the house when they were fingering their ass.
No, I heard it was an old man. Like I heard his brushing his teeth on the stairs, but
I never heard. I heard that.
No, that was me.
No, because
you died.
Wait, what?
No, I fell on the stairs.
He just fades away.
Yeah.
No, I fell on the stairs to brush my teeth. Remember?
You fell down the stairs and broke your teeth?
No, I was brushing my teeth by the stairs. And I fell down and hit my head in cement.
Wait, you know what? I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Wait, when did that happen? I don't remember that at all.
Once.
Well, how old are you?
I hope it just happened
I was
once.
very
It's a
young.
very specific story.
I was like 4 years old.
That's like
Wait, then
wait, at home, like
how do I remember that?
like back home, like in the country?
Yeah. Because I remember falling on the stairs. All of a sudden, I remember Dad was.
You were older because I think I remember this story.
I remember you.
Yeah,
I remember you when you were like 9-10 months old, and like the little thing. Dad was brushing his teeth, and then he left the basement door open, and you were like in that walker thing, and he's just walking.
No, but I remember falling on the stairs.
Goes down the stairs,
and then when
they call the ambulance. And
when hit my head on the cement floor, like you know when you're a kid when you cry, you have that like slow motion cry, like. Well, not slow motion.
Yeah.
No, like you know when it's like a deep cry. It's like you know what I'm talking about. You know when a kid,
yeah.
You know when a kid really hurt himself. It's like and all of a sudden they go really loud after.
Maybe
it's like slow motion because like
well, yeah, I know what a real cry is.
I don't know how you do that. It's like
I was wondering why you're brushing your teeth and walking all the way to where the basement
Yeah, I
is.
usually stay in the bathroom.
But then him and hence my floor, my dad was on the floor like in boxes.
And you know what? I want to know.
I remember that.
Just to think about this, am I wrong? Like, is it wrong? Because I always say bathroom. Always say bathroom.
yeah.
But like, there's so many ones that don't have bath.
Oh,
so it's like, should I just say washroom? Should I say restroom?
See, I think when you say bathroom, certain imagery comes to mind of like a very nasty shit. So I think saying, "Hey, I've got to go." Honestly, restroom we got to bring back because like restroom is like,
I don't think it went anywhere.
Because we always says like, "Oh, we got to use the fucking bathroom, the washroom." Washroom is not bad, but like the restrooms peak because it's like, yeah, maybe I'm just gonna wash my hands and then come back. You don't know about the nasty KFC shit I'm gonna have.
I know, but restroom sounds like you're taking a fucking evening there. You're going to rest.
That just sounds like a fancy.
Wait, why
shit.
is it called a restroom?
You know, I wonder maybe the room that you rest in. Like,
No, I may call it because of restaurant. So it's like short.
Whenever I go to the bathroom, I'm putting in the work. I'm either pushing or pushing.
drugs.
Pushing out pee or yeah, I'm pushing drugs in the bathroom. Yeah. I'm pushing or pushing.
Yeah.
No, like that's the thing. It's not a room for rest. And the only time I can see a bathroom being a restroom as a room for rest is if you have a bathtub in there and you're taking a long bath. Then it's a restroom. So bathroom and restroom seem way more.
I prefer
linked.
Washroom. I will always say washroom.
I think I
just say bathroom.
I instinctually say bathroom. But
because like you're at a restaurant, I go use the bathroom. Good luck finding a bath, bro.
I just, you know what? Amongst friends, or family, I have a lot of times said the piss shack. That's something I made up. I'm just like, because I don't know. I like to just if it's odd to excuse myself, like I have to go do something anyways. Like it's like, oh, I need to go use the washroom. It's like I'm already announcing what I'm gonna go do.
Yeah, there's some of my class I used to say, yeah, like can I use a toilet? He said in high school, the teacher, and the teacher used to laugh all the time, like Mrs. Whatever, may I use a toilet?
Oh yeah,
toilet.
He's in high school.
Oh, the toilet.
Yeah.
Yes, I used to hear people say that all the time. You know what? That's actually an acceptable thing to say in French. You say toilette, which is can I go to the toilets?
Why do we even have to explain ourselves?
Wait, you know what? That makes a lot more
I'll
sense.
be back.
Yeah.
Let's go to the toilet. Let's go to the toilets.
Let's.
You know what? I think that's a British thing. They say the toilets.
I'm just remembering a lot of the weird shit that I used to do.
Toilets sound dirty.
I know it does. That's like, no, it's too specific.
I know. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when I say piss shack, I'm telling you right then that I'm just going to pee, and that's all I want you to know. I don't want to say bathroom, and then it's just like you think, oh, he's going to wreck it in there. No, I'm going to the piss shack only. And you know what? As somebody who grew up at one point using an outhouse as his main piss shack. You know what? I forget that there's a moment in my history where we stayed at a place that had no running water, very limited electricity, and we had to pump our own water. Do you know how like little fucking house on the prairie that is? And like you like grab the carts and you got to go fill something up of the day and you're pumping the water. And we had fucking down the road, we were growing fucking Saskatoon berries. So we'd go pick our own berries. You know what kind of weird fucking thing that feels like now?
Yeah,
it's like I was in a fucking movie. And it's just like I remember pumping it and frogs came out.
Yeah, I never had to do that. I've always heard of that from like my dad doing that when I was a kid and stuff.
I hate that when you go to the beach, they don't have like running washrooms usually. It's just outhouses.
Yeah,
or it's like
it's
it's it's all
1 and 2.
Disgusting.
What are you thinking about over there? You thought about shitting in the lake. You did.
Well,
before we get off the topic of just our old past here, because we grew up in probably one of the best places to have a childhood.
Yeah,
I would say just like, and one of the perfect times. It was like technology was still cool. Video games were still present. And honestly, I would say the height of video games.
Yeah.
The amount of video games we had that were being pumped out was still cool, but we were still able to appreciate going outside and playing.
No social media, nothing.
Yeah, so it's like we would play our games together, but we'd also go outside and play. And we lived so all of us lived so very close. So I'm speaking like a fucking
almost were
fairy tale book. All so close that it was just so easily accessible. And it's like now, like especially in the city where people live now, it's like you don't usually live that close to your friends or whatever the fuck because they live in like. But it's like we were like it was very easy for our parents to trust us to run to the other person and whatever like that and go hang out. But I will say, the fact that the beach was like right there, you could go to the beach. It was an open beach.
We never did.
Anybody could go. And like I remember, like there was a lot of times where the waves were like so fucking high, and when you're a teenager, it's like that was super fucking fun. Even though one time it was very fucking scary, and I went when we were like I was like an adult, and somebody asked us to go, and it's like the waves were like so fucking strong, and they were hitting us against these rocks, and like we couldn't fucking move.
Wow.
It was scary, but eventually we did get out. But then the winds got so fucking intense at the beach that like huge structures were blowing around. Like this is when you guys went to have a vacation there, right? You and Brandon.
Yeah.
Holy
vacation.
like when you guys went to go stay there for a weekend and you bought like a little vacation, mini vacation.
It's just a little thing.
It was a mini cabin too.
Yeah.
One bed.
Real small cabin.
Yeah, so it's like we went there and then it's like the one guy who was there with us, because there was a few of us staying there, he was freaking out. Like the windows were shaking. Like the winds were so fucking intense, but it's like the people at the beach were I was pretty chill. I was like, I know this kind of happens, but it is a pretty scary sight. It was like fucking, the waves were huge. The fucking wind was intense. And all I remember is that one woman opened up the fucking window at night and left the light on. And then there was a billion fucking fish flies in the fucking place. And somebody, they said right there, do not do that. Like, because it was like a B&B type thing.
Yeah.
Or not B&B, but it was like an Airbnb.
Yeah.
So it's like they had a fucking page that says that. And I swear there was like hundreds of these fucking things on the ceiling. And the only thing I can think of was to grab, because you can't squish them. The only thing I could think of was to get the vacuum.
Yeah.
So I vacuumed them up because you can't squish them against the fucking ceiling. You're going to leave a big mess.
Yeah. That's what you gotta do. Sometimes.
I'm just thinking about the gross shit that I used to do in the bathroom. Not gross shit.
That's your response to his story.
No,
like a story about bees.
I'm fucking bugs. I'm just, I'm just sitting here thinking about the gross shit I did in the bathroom.
No, I just remember like going to like at school and like after you go for a piss, you just like grab a bunch of fucking toilet paper, throw on the ceiling, throw on the windows.
Remember that?
Or windows on the mirrors.
Yeah, I remember
I've never done any of that.
I used to do that.
And you just like yell shit.
You're like, yeah, I don't know. I just balled up this toilet paper and I threw this right behind this window, right behind the toilet that led into one of the teachers' classrooms.
Yeah, like I used to do that in grade 7 or 8 in the city. I used to throw the toilet paper in the ceiling.
Oh yeah, what were they were the spitball concept.
Yeah.
Of like when you chew out a piece of paper, spit and it sticks. But it was just paper towel. You wet it, throw it on the roof. And now you know what? As a janitor, I hate me.
You gotta deal with what you had to do.
Yeah, because that shit was all over the ceiling. Like,
yeah, you know what? Like when I was going around from school to school, I remember one of the worst things I had was like there was this kid that just kept shitting everywhere. And it's like he shit. Like I don't know who it was. I could be a myriad of kids just having a good time, but it was obviously an elementary school. And it was like when kids shit in the urinal. I was like, oh no. And I was like, well, I'm sick. I'm sick today.
There's a house.
It's Colin sick.
Well,
All the memories.
Well.
Yeah, you guys always left that fucking margarine on the counter.
2011.
Still
we
do to
love
this day.
margarine.
Can't do it. It's oil based. It's not butter.
Speaking of oil,
I always thought all butter was butter. I didn't realize
we got some new dire wolves we got to talk about.
That's right. And, you know,
so a company called Colossal, awesome company name. They have made dire wolves. Well, most people, including George R. R. Martin, Peter Jackson, who bought the Iron Throne, are excited about these dire wolves, including myself, of course.
Wait, Peter Jackson?
I don't know why I brought him up. I don't know how this. None of what I'm saying makes total sense. So don't pay attention. But so all this to say, do you think? Because most of the scientific community is like these aren't quite dire wolves because that's not 100% of the genome of the dire wolf you're using because you can't, I guess, use it all. They're using the biggest, most convincing parts of it. What makes a dire wolf a dire wolf? The size, the fur, the look, but it's more apt to say it's a mutant dire wolf than a true dire wolf. So let's talk about it. So is it truly like it's gonna look like a dire wolf? It'll probably have the size of a dire wolf.
I love that you said that. Like you're looking at this group being like, let's have a intellectual conversation.
Like, is it true? Like a philosophical debate in a way. Is it truly a dire wolf? If it has like most of what dire wolf is known for,
I think it is. Like that's just scientists trying to be too specific about shit. Like if you're out in the wild and you see that, you're gonna be like, that's
they're not being very
wolf.
specific. I think on how much of the dire. They have sequenced the entire 100% of the dire wolf DNA, so they have all of it. But they're not specific on how much of it they're using for this thing.
Well, I will say, this is what I think. like we have a certain genetic code that is different from apes.
Yeah.
But let's say we mutate an ape to be taller, to be less hairy, to be able to speak, but it still has that stuff. It still has the genetic code of a monkey. Is it human?
You made a scary monkey.
No, because that's what they did. They took a wolf and they made
Yeah.
it bigger and they added different shit, but it's still a wolf.
So did they make a scary wolf?
That's what I think it is. It's like
Well,
they mutate, like they would mutate this monkey to be, it's the same shit as the monkey.
See, if the technology was perfect and they truly just like, okay, this embryo literally has the genome of a dire wolf. But what they did was they spliced in regular wolf DNA with the dire wolf because a lot of them share common ancestry. So the genome is like pretty much the same in a lot of parts, but like size is bigger in the dire wolf. So they kind of took that, put in the wolf. They took all the best parts, right? And then they had like a wolf birth.
I love how this just looks like. It just looks like you put both DNAs into a computer and then like a list of traits just pop up and you're like, okay, well,
honestly,
I want
that's
this,
kind of what they
I want
do
this,
actually.
we'll take
Yeah.
this out.
They sequence the shit out of the DNA, so now they're like that. I want
Yeah,
that.
I was watching that video that they posted. That's kind of what they're doing. They're like, well, we'll use this, we'll use this.
Well, when can I get in the machine? And they're like, okay, bigger penis.
See, I don't buy their. They're like, yeah, this. They're like, this is. This is.
I don't buy they could make yours bigger.
This is for the environment. You know, species go extinct. It's like, you know, there's no way in hell you're releasing a fucking dire wolf into the wild.
This is Jurassic Park.
Never. Yeah, exactly. Don't fuck around. You just want to make a cool dire wolf, and that's fine. I'm all for it.
Yeah, and that
Don't
video,
lie to
she
me,
was
though.
like, you know, people try to compare us to Jurassic Park, but that's not what it is. And I'm like, fucking lying.
Yeah,
That's
because
exactly
it's
what it
not
is.
that you guys are Jurassic Park. This is the start of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
This is like, okay, now we know what we can do. Now let's try to bring back dinosaurs. And next thing you know, we're fucked because we didn't even realize that dinosaurs were just big chickens. And you know what? Once they see that we eat chickens,
Yeah.
we're fucked.
Like
just
they're going to bring
intelligent.
back dinosaurs at some point. I really
I
do
don't
believe
know,
that.
like, do they have like any amount of
The mammoth's
dinosaur
coming
DNA?
back first, right?
Oh yeah, they probably have like the mammoth DNA. So,
So
they
the
can do
issue
that.
with bringing back like the dodo and certain things that I read was that they
They're
can't insert some of the DNA or something into the egg, or it's more difficult
yes.
to do that.
I'm sure they can get around to it eventually, but like, yeah, the egg situation is weird. I imagine anything with a live birth, you can do it within the next or the previous 10,000 years.
Yeah.
See, what I feel what will happen eventually is that they'll just take everything out of the egg and then make a artificial egg. You know what I mean? Make
Oh,
an
yeah.
artificial casing. So they can
Oh yeah,
mix everything in there first and then put in this artificial casing, then it will grow from there. So it's all going to be crazy. Eventually, people are going to be born to this thing. It's going to be Final Fantasy fucking 7. Next thing you know, Sephiroth's going to walk in and see all these mutants. He's going to get pissed, and then it's the end of the world.
I am all for. I
Sephiroth
was
takes over.
gonna say birthing the next Sephiroth. I was like, no, not me. for like, you know, okay, it's people like to overreact and call it like fucking eugenics or some shit. I'm just saying, wouldn't it be nice to just like, hey, male pattern baldness gone, don't have to worry about it ever again.
I just love
Like maybe not us, but the next generation.
You said that. You're like, people love to overreact after I just overreact. It's Final Fantasy 7.
No, it's like people were like, oh, eugenics. You just want to like, you know, take all the shitty stuff associated with that. But I'm talking about just like, oh, we got like some terrible disease that like diabetes runs in our family. Well, how about it didn't? You know what I mean?
Well, you know, like
let's mess
what do you
around
call
with
it? Or we were talking about this like 10 years ago. Like
Imagine
CRISPR
like
technology.
Yeah, now they're really using
And
it.
it was just like kind of something that was starting. We're like, oh, this is amazing. Like gene editing. Like, what the fuck could they do? And now
Let's make ourselves
This would
superhuman.
honestly
Imagine being naturally ripped.
see, but that's the thing. It's not going to be us.
yeah.
You know what? There is such a thing as like live genetic editing, but that's a whole other topic. I guess let's say next generation, they're gonna be fucking ripped.
See, but this is what I mean. There's should be, I don't know. I think human choice is very important. And I feel like if we can stop people from getting certain diseases early on, that's how it should be. But I don't think we should start editing people or even try to and outlaw that, because all of a sudden soldiers are being made.
What if you're a
that's
father
where this
or
is
a parent
going.
and you're like, oh, what if I want my kid to have blue eyes? And you're like, you know what? We got it.
Yeah, but next thing you know, you create a bunch of people that have enhanced fucking abilities. And then you have an
the way
army.
I see it, You hear we were talking about armies.
Wolfenstein's real.
I think the world's messy enough, and we're already, as a species, really fucked up compared to every other species. That we're like, let's just do whatever the fuck we want. You want blue eyes? Who fucking cares?
Well, the argument is that this is all
eyes?
natural, anyways, because this is human technology. It's invented by us, so it's natural.
I think humans are just like the most
That's
I
what they
think
were
we
saying.
gotta
It's
stop
like,
pretending like we do anything naturally.
And-
We're all, you know what I'm saying? Is that too heavy of a topic? Are we? We're not high
Natural
enough.
is something that isn't artificially made.
yeah.
So this is literally fucking around with nature, which
Even
I'm
like-
not opposed to, but I also just think there needs to be boundaries set, limitations need to be set, and laws need to be set, because the military is going to want to enhance soldiers. They're probably already trying it. I've heard multiple things about them trying to put fucking animal DNA in people, and
Just
So that would
eventually,
be like live genetic editing, right? Yeah.
and then eventually this gets into the wrong hands, which even could be
But that's
our
the
hands.
thing, right? It will eventually get into the wrong hands because like China's not going to give a shit about like what's natural. Russia's not going to care. They're going to be like, hey, wow, the tech's there, huh? Let's do it right now.
yeah.
Like we're going to
Yeah, I mean,
have gorilla people walking around, like with the people with the strength of gorillas.
Yeah, but there's been
Also, like, but what use of that in war? I feel like endurance would be the most valuable trait in war.
Have you seen Planet of the Apes?
have you seen Split? We could all be the Beast.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
but like, have you seen like there has been worldwide treaties of certain things that have been signed and that we stop. Like chemical warfare, nobody does because it was signed that nobody could do that. So it's like there could be certain things signed through all of this
Yeah.
that nobody would fuck with that. And
I guess
could
it's
be-
kind of conspiratorial, but like, I don't know. I'm sure publicly they're like, of course.
even though North Korea would be doing it.
What place? There was a place recently that was using supersonic weapons to you know the thing that's like it emits a very loud high frequency noise that there's a crowd of protesters. They aim it at it. It's like and it's so that it what? No, I had to charge it.
It was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
A vibration.
Oh yeah.
You didn't get my nudes?
That was 30 minutes.
Well, yeah,
ago.
no, a lot of weapons like that. I don't know. Die rolls are a very interesting topic.
Yeah.
I know
what?
all the like the the fucking Neil deGrasse Tysons of the world be like, technically they're not really dire wolves, but like they're gonna look like dire wolves. They got a cool looking mane and shit from like it's like you haven't seen this animal on the planet in 10,000 fucking years. It's really cool to see it back. This is not gonna be the last thing Colossal does. The company they're gonna do more.
Well, the thing is, I mean, maybe we're all hearing about it now, but like these dire wolves were like 5 months old, and there was one that was just born recently.
And they're gonna get bigger. Like real, like one's already kind of huge.
It's 80 pounds, and I don't know, but it's 5 months old. They're gonna grow until they're about a year and a half.
I
old.
guess
No,
maybe it was like maybe we didn't hear about it really because it was almost like don't count your chickens before they hatch, or like maybe like they have issues where it's like these things died early on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like Dolly the sheep didn't last very long when he,
So
I don't know if they solved that issue or not.
what they were saying though was they're so any photos taken of them, they have to like he said scrub it. Like they have to really make sure that certain photos are only shown of where this facility is.
Oh,
And apparently
sure.
they're getting weird phone calls from people. So I think there's probably people being like, "Oh, can you like make me a dire wolf, or can you make me this?"
Would those be weird phone calls?
No wait,
though?
I,
feel like
thought
that'd
the
be
weird
very-
phone calls would be like them getting threats from
Yeah,
people.
like
No, like
like breathing.
I think Joe Rogan was joking around because he was talking to the guy who was with Colossal, and I think he was saying that like, "Oh, like why are you getting people asking this and that?" And I don't know if he confirmed it or if he was kind of whatever, but it seemed like that was probably what the calls
Yeah,
were.
he had the actual guy that the CEO of Colossal on for an interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay, now the most important question. If they were to bring back any, I should say animal. Sorry, San Andreas music started playing out of nowhere.
Oh.
It just somebody got 10 million respect. Something wrong over there? What'd you say? That's so seductive. No. And you like held the mic with both hands like you're about to serenade me. No, I
No, we're me and James same age.
okay,
No.
well,
Okay, let's take it from here. Okay, so now the most important question. All times.
Mhm.
If they were to make any animal, what would you want them to make? What do you want to see come back?
Oh, T-Rex.
like I
No,
said,
Jurassic Park. We've been
like I
over
said
this.
months ago, imagine T-Rex chicken wings.
You motherfuckers!
As much as
You're
it'd be
gonna be
bad,
the first
but-
ones at Jurassic Park. You're gonna die.
I would be.
You know what? That's the point I want to make. Is the response to this has been so positive. I think in part it's because of the everybody's first impression is the puppies like howling, a natural direwolf howling, and they're all like really adorable.
Bring back the
And
bear.
it's kind of neat. No?
There was a bear that was like
I
insanely.
was like, wait, bears in general.
No, there was a bear from like that was like really massive, like that's like a million years ago, or I
Bring
forgot
back.
what it was.
I don't know.
But it was like,
Are
it
they
was like,
dire bears?
but like it was.
imagine like a fucking huge ass bear.
No,
I
but
don't know
like,
if they wanna
it was like I'm sure his back probably was toward the ceiling there.
bring back the Gigantopithecus. He's like fucking 12 feet tall.
But
He's a giant
Were those
monkey.
things real?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
upright walking giant monkey.
No, but this is like an ancient
I
bear.
gotta
though.
look at my hand like, what the fuck are you doing?
Ancient
Okay,
bear.
now
But yeah,
if I'm thinking about
dire
things that
wolves.
are gone, I wish I had a list. But saber tooths,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too.
fucking sweet ass saber tooth tigers, man.
Those are cool.
Apparently those were small. I mean, I thought they were big. Apparently they were small though.
What about
No, saber tooths are big.
I thought they were big. Look, no, apparently they're smaller than the average tiger that you see nowadays.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah,
I watched a
know.
video and I was like, what? Really? I thought they were massive.
Hmm.
You guys in this word massive. That might be true. I'm not sure. I thought they were big.
what about like that? I was gonna say massive shark.
The megalodon.
Yeah.
They can stay dead.
I know. Why is it all the scary
That's
stuff?
the ancient bear. It's called the short faced.
Oh, cool.
No, the short faced
Honestly,
bear.
We don't
I am.
need that.
I am here
We
for
don't need
Jurassic
that.
Park. Let's do it.
Holy fuck!
We
Yeah,
need-
Isn't
except
that
let's
where
just
this is
have.
Oh no,
going?
it was 11.
What's a big bear park?
No, it lived in North
Yeah.
America 11,000 years ago.
Actually, it wouldn't be Jurassic Park because I don't know if you can get DNA from that. Like, do scientists have dinosaur DNA? That's millions of years. Like maybe because they have DNA from 10,000 years ago from the dire wolf.
See,
so...
I think what we're gonna have, we're gonna have to figure out a way to
also isn't that fucking weird?
recreate them from bone.
It's weird that they're just straight up. Also, what I get, like, if you know the appearance of something, you can maybe work backwards and generate DNA. Think about it. Maybe we're not there yet.
Well, honestly, I think what it would have to be, yes, it would have to be like, you know what they are, and next you know you have the DNA of like the closest thing possible, and you
Yeah.
kind of know what it's like, and you rework it.
So apparently,
Exactly.
it's like science fiction that you about sequencing DNA from dinosaurs. They haven't been able to do it at all.
So they got like no DNA
Yeah.
sequence whatsoever. Yeah, it is millions of years. So yeah, maybe if something stuck in like a piece of amber, like in the fucking movie,
I love that they
maybe,
just
but, like,
discovered tons
because I believe
tons of mosquitoes.
because they got the dire wolf from permafrost. It was just frozen. So it's like that wolf that died 10,000 years ago basically was cloned and brought to the modern era.
You know what this is? This is that episode of Futurama with Fry's dog.
Yeah. Isn't it weird that
No,
right now
remembers
the
that episode?
technology?
I never watched.
I always
Futurama.
skip that episode. It's a sad episode.
How dare you, motherfuckers! It was that episode where they find his dog that was preserved and like whatever, and they took the DNA and they were able to. Well, actually, they were gonna clone it. Oh, let's all cry together. They were gonna clone it, and then it was just about. And then Fry realized that the dog died much later than when he left him. So he's like,
Mm.
"Oh, he probably didn't even remember me anymore. I'll rest." Then at the end of the episode, you find out that the dog waited for him for all those years to come back. It's the saddest fucking episode.
It is sad.
I'm gonna cry.
Isn't it weird that you can clone your pet and that's the technology that exists right now?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Isn't it a weird idea?
No,
See, that's the idea of not letting go. Like it's
I know,
not
that's what I
good.
was-
It's not good.
I imagine it's here's another context. You're a rich asshole and you're like Johnny Depp level and you're like, oh, my perfect breed of dog died. I need another. It's like, oh, there you go. No emotion there. Just like
Yeah,
give me my
exactly.
dog. There's
It-
another option.
yeah, it takes away the feeling of loss, and you kind of need that for growth. Otherwise, when you don't have something anymore, it's like when you have unlimited money, you lose respect for it. You wouldn't respect death anymore.
Yeah, there is a lot. That's like a Black Mirror kind of like thing, like revelation you would have at the very end of the episode. It's an interesting. I don't know why we're getting deep in this episode
This is
here.
a bunch of highly like where we usually talk about dicks and fucking weird shit. Now we're trying to tackle fucking intense subjects.
Let's talk about the tariffs.
Let's talk about T-Rex cocks. Where
we
we
started
going?
this episode talking about jumping off roofs. We're getting into
So there is an ongoing trade war going on with China and Donald Trump, basically.
China.
And they're basically they're putting tariffs on each other. Trump said like, take your tariff off right now, or I'm just going to 125%. And China's like, okay, they can only do so much tariffing apparently compared to the US. So right now they're like, we're not going to buy your movies anymore, your Hollywood movies. And that's a big deal because
that is a really
Hollywood
big deal.
or China's box office could add like 30-50 million to a movie's final box office. And like for movies that aren't like making $1 billion, that could still really matter.
Avengers, I think, isn't that why they went so high? Is because they made like $1 billion in China or something?
Sometimes it can be really, really influential. As of like the past 5 years, it's been less and less, but I think it's still a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I do see it as honestly not the worst thing, because if budgets of movies come down, there's less big budget movies, obviously.
Yeah.
And then that gives, because if you look at all these smaller budget movies that end up making money and going to the theater, it's all domestic. Mm-hmm. It's all like North American box office, which allows us to, because like we don't watch Chinese movies. You know what I mean? Like they just had a movie over there that made like $2 billion just in China.
Oh, true. That like Pixar.
So it's like, I think that this would be really good to bring in, like for them or whatever, to make more low budget movies that have like bigger plots, and that's not just totally centric on holy shit, we got to make money.
Yeah.
It's we can give somebody an amount of money to make a movie that's their vision, and that they can make enough money here to make that go on. Honestly, because right now they are just, the big movie craze that we are in right now is fucking insane.
I really feel like a lot of like money's being pocketed in some way. Like the Russo brothers releasing Electric State for like 500 million or some shit. And it's like,
so you're saying that because I do think that is the thing actually. Like I think like even TV shows like The Walking Dead shows, their budget is like close to like 80 million for the season for 6 episodes, and I'm like, that's so fucking much for no reason. And that's been happening the last couple of years only. And movie budgets, I feel like because of Marvel, are so fucking high now. Game budgets as well are so high. Like games are costing more.
And games take way too long to fucking make.
Yeah. And I feel like this shit everything has to come down.
And it's a focus on graphics that's fucking us and taking so long.
Yeah.
And I think like we really have to start, like it's okay to have games that have, but we got to start prioritizing art styles. Because honestly, when I play RE5, nothing wrong with that game.
Yeah.
I still like playing that game.
Yeah, like, I don't need Resident Evil to look incredibly real. Exactly. If they just did like, Twilight Princess for the GameCube has an art style, and I think it's still pretty modern looking. And it's clearly a bunch of polygons.
What about Wind Waker?
Like 5 of them. That's also timeless because it has like a very... No, and I get Nintendo doing that for sure. So, hey, good strat. Yeah. So, but you don't think tariffs are a big deal for China?
No.
How do you think this is going to end, though?
No, I never said that. I have an issue with the tariffs, but I just don't think... I think that honestly, that I just think that them knowing that they wouldn't make as much money on a movie is a good thing for movies. Mm-hmm. Because I think that means that it would bring more low budget movies and less them trying to make the fucking billion in China or whatever the fuck they can. Because if movies make less money, that means we make more movies that have smaller budgets that can make more money. Final Destination Bloodlines, catch it in a theater near you.
I learned as well that Canada does have like a 100 to 200% tariff on fucking cow milk and shit like that. So Trump is right about that. But you don't pay that tariff unless you buy like over a certain quantity of like dairy product. And apparently they almost never do that. So fuck you. You never pay the tariff anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Don't we have a lot of milk here?
I don't know. We buy it back and forth or some shit. I don't know what he's just looking to complain. That's my opinion on tariffs.
I don't follow this stuff that much. I hear the tariffs.
I just don't think
this is one of those things that I love. We don't follow this and we don't know a bunch, but we're gonna talk about it.
Exactly. I don't see China backing down from, they're very like Xi or whatever. What do you say his name? I don't see him. President Xi. Yeah, he's not gonna back down. He can't look. He can't look weak, right?
Who's the president over there?
President Xi. It's like XI, however you say that.
Oh, I thought it was Jinping.
So,
wait.
How do you think it's going to go down? Are they going to get in a boxing match, knock it out?
I thought Trump.
You know what's funny is that Trump stopped pretty much all the tariffs for 90 days, and is just focusing on Trump. Or what the fuck am I saying? Focusing on China.
He's just focusing on himself. Pretty much.
Yeah, I know.
I think
it's me week.
I think he's waiting to see who wins in Canada.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, because like it's only going to escalate more and more. China can't do any more tariffs, so they're going to have to like fuck around in other ways. And the thing is, like, everybody else will suffer. Like, Chinese people are going to suffer way more than American people, because America can just throw around their tariffs left and right. I do see it from their perspective a little bit, because it's like, do you want your Cold War enemy to have so much power over you with like you're buying so much shit over them? I know for us, he's just like, we're America's top hat. Leave us alone, Trump, little bitch.
No, they're our pants.
That's true. America's our pants, our shorts.
And we wear. Wait, no, I can't say that. No, they're our socks. We wear the pants.
Yeah. So.
Okay. What I will say.
Yeah.
Is I have no idea. I really hope that honestly, somehow this tariff situation ends up benefiting everyone. I hope that everybody starts to figure out solutions, how making stuff in-house and getting more money for your own country benefits everybody.
It'll be a mess.
But the weirdest thing, okay, I understand a lot of things to a point. I understand the state, like what their viewpoint of like, we have to focus on us. We don't think we have as much money for our people, so we're going to try to do whatever we can to make that money for our people. But the way that the entire society has worked is that we all attempt to work together.
Mm-hmm.
So we all take hits and we all get benefits from it. Mm. But now one person is looking out for themselves.
I know.
And it's fucking up everybody else, which isn't right. Which I don't think that this is the proper way to do things. I think that everybody should have sat down and we should have made something. But if you think, oh, it's time to take a stand, I just don't think that this is the proper way to do shit.
To make a car, parts have to cross the border like 7 times. Like, we put the engine together here, but we make the parts in America, and then they polish it over here. That's gonna get that whole process will be really fucked up.
I really think with this tariff situation, there was a way to implement it so it can be profitable for everybody.
Mm.
I really do. I think it's like, okay, well,
you didn't need to be so aggressive. Yeah,
you can really get down to this. And you can find a way so it doesn't fuck up everybody, and you can also make it better for everybody. But it just seems like one person just wants the shit for themselves.
It is funny that he excluded recently iPhones from the tariff because iPhone prices were going to skyrocket if they made locally. So it would have been like 2,000. I mean, it probably cost that much right now anyways. It'd be like 3 times the price to manufacture it here. I was going to say, fucking, I don't know. Oh yeah, because like Tim Cook was like flying in iPhones. He had an airplane full of iPhones because he wanted to get them all over here. Oh. So that he can avoid the tariffs. But yeah, you don't have to do that anymore because they're excluded. What also shows that Trump doesn't have too much of a backbone when it comes to that, I guess. But yeah, we'll see what happens. What other things to talk about?
You guys have turn your face sideways. You guys,
the Greek Adonis,
have like a perfect fucking slope nose.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Like it's like so straight. Like it's like from here all the way down. It's like a straight.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's like a perfect like.
Yeah, it's fucking... like no. There's no bump here. There's no angle. It's just straight down. You got a bump.
Yeah,
you got a bump right here. I got a little bump too.
You're saying that like God chiseled us out of perfection.
Yeah, and just like the rest of those fucking Greek statues. Whoa!
No, that's funny. I remember that. No, I've heard that a lot actually. It's funny you said that. Just like people have said that about my nose. I'm just like, I guess.
Okay, don't get a big head over it.
Yeah, damn.
What's that? You getting turned on?
No, I think it's burp.
Oh, easy now. I can't believe we're talking about the nose thing.
Yeah. You know what? People talking about that.
So, Minecraft, there is a version of it online right now that is unfinished, and I want to find it. I want to.
Wait, what?
Unfinished.
There's an unfinished version of Minecraft. Apparently, if you want to like put on a pirate hat or whatever, that is the version you'll likely find is just like the visual effects aren't there. Jack Black's on a green screen. Yeah,
Jack Black. I will say I have watched a movie like that when I was a kid. I watched X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
I remember you telling this story or like hearing about this.
And there were so many shots where it's like white screen behind him, or like there's not much going on. Or sometimes he's throwing around people, and they're just like weird stick figures. That
they released the motion capture people for the Planet of the Apes movie. Only just out of the cage. Oh God, where am I? No, but I want to watch that movie too because I just want to see Andy Serkis like act like.
Oh yes,
oh I've seen some.
Yeah, they released the human version.
Yeah, the
version you love the most, where it's just all humans.
That shit's so good though. Actually,
did you watch?
I watched like 20 minutes of it. I think.
Man, that's interesting.
Finish it.
No, it was like something they released online. It was like a whole. Maybe it wasn't 20 minutes. It was 5-10 minutes.
Oh, 20 minutes.
It's funny. I really hope they can see the cat. Just looks like I'm looking at your crotch. Synchronized arms.
No, but like Minecraft. Okay, so
there was another movie that I watched like that. Fuck. I know there was a few in the piracy days where I swear it was big on leaks. Like 2010, 2011. Big time on leaks. I remember watching the leaked version of, I've told this story before, of Halloween 2007, Rob Zombie's version. I remember because when I watched it, I couldn't believe the ending, and then when I watched the theatrical version, it didn't have that ending. And I wish I could find that version. Honestly, if we tried to download, we could probably still do it. I remember it had like a weird strip above that it was like very like there was like a square, like a rectangular long strip along the top that I guess they were covering like running numbers. So they had it like blurred. Mm-hmm. And the movie had a cut that was not unrated and not theatrical. It was like a weird mix of both. So it was like they had scenes from the unrated and the theatrical both in there. But the ending was the unrated or like the alternate ending that he had initially planned. And it was just that Michael Myers gets gunned down. And that weird. They ended up using that ending in the second one.
Oh yeah,
die. Damn, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So I feel bad for the real chicken that somebody brought to the theater to watch one of these Minecraft movies. They tossed it in the audience. Like, stop.
Wait, I'm the only one that's watched the movie, right?
Chicken Jockey.
So yes, Chicken Jockey. I don't know what that is, but it became a huge phenomenon. That
it's a scene where they're like in the Woodland House, or whatever you call it, Woodland Mansion.
Okay,
and they're at some point because there's different floors, whatever. But they're in a boxing ring, and I guess how don't you call them?
Baby zombie.
What do you call the enemies that are in there?
Chicken.
The wizard guys?
Villagers.
Yeah, they're
pillagers.
Not a Victorian. What tells the word?
Hey, wait, there are pillagers though. What are you talking about?
There's something like a word like that. Anyways, so they basically took Jack Black and or Steve and Garrett, who's Jason Momoa.
I prefer.
And they made them
Jack
like
Black.
fight in a ring, and then that's where you first see the baby zombie, and he like jumps on the chicken, and then they start fighting. And so I guess that's now for some reason people are throwing chickens.
So why did that scene stand out amongst?
There's nothing to it.
Do people die like zombies and like things in that, and they just turn to dust?
Yeah, like zombies die and all that. Yeah.
Do they like fall? Ooh.
Yeah, actually, there's some scenes I was like, oh fuck, it's a little cruel. Like they're like, there's like this sheep or like pig or whatever, and they're like literally gets stabbed and turns into like meat. Just like the way it's shown, though, I'm just like for kids. I'm like,
hey, that's fuck. The movie. That's the game, man. If you play the game, then you fucking that's the movie. But I will say, what I heard is like chicken jockeys are really rare, and I think that's why they do it. That's why people are freaking out.
Yeah, I've never seen it in Minecraft, but I have seen a skeleton on a spider. Is that what they just call it, chicken jockey? Because it's
I guess it's spider jockey.
I thought that was overkill.
Oh wait, I guess it'd be spider jockey.
They kind of went overkill in the movie because I feel like when you first play Minecraft, you don't really see a lot of the more intense enemies at first. I feel like, but like in the beginning of the movie, there's literally like when they first get to the overworld and they're running away. Holy fuck! There's like a bunch of zombies, like the skeletons or whatever with the bows, and like they're on like spiders and all, and they're all running at them. And I'm just like, holy shit! This does not happen in the game.
Never see that many.
It's so insane.
I once had was there any underwater zombies?
No, they didn't get into anything
Because
underwater.
like I remember one time I played a fucking match. I think it was with you,
Really?
and we started a world, and like
Oh.
we were started by this body of water, and for some reason, water zombies multiplied, and there was like fucking 100 of them.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, what the fuck? We couldn't get away from their whipping tridents. Remember the tridents? You guys ever use those when it's like you can chuck the
Oh, I
trident?
love those.
And then you
Yeah.
have that riptide spell, and you're like, and you fly the entire length that you throw the trident.
See, you saw one of the villagers or whatever in a boat, and then the woman there, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try and make a boat," and then she can't. And that was the only reference to like anything with the water.
Oh,
See,
I see.
I really wish the game was just called Mine because I don't like the crafting element. Like I
Mine
like,
movie.
well, that's the thing is I don't like crafting houses. I don't like crafting fucking civilizations.
Mhm.
I like the part where it's like, okay, let's farm for experience and let's get cool spells and let's go treasure hunting and let's go find all this cool shit. And it's just like if I could just have like just a bunch of chests on the ground and a bed that I would be safe at, that'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool. But and I like gambling, I guess, because I like the where's the diamonds? Where are they? Where are they coming up?
Yeah.
Come on, diamond. And you're like competing with a bunch of friends. Come on, diamond, come on.
That's what's funny about the game. Schedule 1. There's the gambling, whatever.
Oh,
the
yeah, they
thing.
got a little casino.
So
in there. It's
fun.
pretty fun.
Playing blackjack, or there's what's the other game called?
Ride the bus.
Yeah, that game's so fun. Holy fuck. I've never heard that game before. Basically, it's like there's like 4 or 5 steps. The first thing is you got to choose like red or black, basically. And if you get that right, you go to the next one, like higher or lower. And then it's like, I don't know, there's 3 different things.
I guess we could literally play that at some point.
that seemed like so much
Um,
fun.
Well,
Holy
there's
shit.
been a lot of games with in-game casinos.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, you go play Grand Theft Auto Online, you go to the casino, there's every fucking game imaginable in there.
Yeah.
The online Resident Evil, where is it? The online fucking GTA is honestly more than I can handle.
Mhm.
That's like, here's your other life. Like, I can totally see people getting lost in that game, being like, oh, this is who I am. They go and they fuck bitches
This next GTA is going to be
Oh,
crazy.
GTA. They're saying Resident Evil.
online.
I don't know. I if I can get a hold of the unfinished version, maybe I'll watch it.
What Game Boys did you boys have? Game Boys?
Game Boy SP
I had Game Boy Advance. Like
Advance.
I never
Which one
had
was
it.
first?
Yeah, he had the blue one.
I had the see-through blue.
Which one was first, SP or Advance?
Blue.
Advance.
Mine was first.
Yeah, he had the first one.
Damn, you got the first Game Boy in the
Yours
house?
was black and white, right?
Or
No,
did you
it-
have
no,
a real Game
no.
Boy?
Or did it have color? Was it very dim?
No, I had a light blue one. It was
I
see-through.
thought you got the Game Boy Advance first.
No, I had the Game Boy Advance SP. With the
Yeah.
foldable.
I still have that. I should give it.
With
Okay,
the
but
little.
one of us got the Advance though. I never got any.
He just
I-
didn't
I
get the
did.
Advance.
I got the see.
Yeah, Brandon
see-through
got
blue
the
one.
Advance.
Oh, okay.
I got
you
when I was like
that.
6.
So did you ever have one?
Nah.
I never. Well, I asked for a GameCube once, and I actually got it. It was like a black GameCube when I put
That was
Twilight
actually
Princess stuff on it.
that was
I
actually
love
my
that
first.
That's my reaction.
Hey.
The two
laughing at me.
youngest get one. Did you ever go? No.
That was actually my that was actually my first system ever. Was that actually the?
Well, it's a handheld, not a system.
I remember when you got the
well,
SP.
my
Actually,
first game system. What do we call it?
It's
that was
cool.
exciting.
Like honestly, it's still really cool. Like I would love to get one and just play old games like that.
Actually, you know what? I just said that because I heard somebody say that, and it's like
Isn't
somebody
the
was like,
Switch a system though?
Yeah, we
It's not
can't
the
fold
same.
them.
Well,
It's not handheld though.
Still a 10.
Like it is, but it's not. I don't know.
it's a Switch.
They want a lot. Oh
They're
yeah.
in a league of their own.
The tariffs could increase the cost of the Switch depending on some
That's-
situations. Only in America though, I think.
You getting the Switch, man?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Switch 2. Are you getting it day one?
I don't know.
You.
If you do, I'll go there with you. I'm probably not going to get it day one, but
Yes, you will if you're going. Fucking
I'll wait.
Nintendo-
I'll wait because apparently
Nintendo slaves.
When Apparently-
Is that in May or is it July?
June.
Oh, June.
I think. No, it's actually Best Buy. I think they're doing midnight
Oh
releases.
my god, it's like
They said.
it's like a little month or month. and a half
I'll
now.
get it when Donkey
So-
Kong comes out
Yeah, but you know when Night Rain comes out?
next month.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys playing that? No.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that sucks. Why 3 fucking players? I want to play with all the boys.
All right.
That is weird.
Yeah, that's dumb.
We'll take turns.
Don't say that like that.
Yeah.
Well, I
Like-
will say
Oh, it's not.
Did it?
when.
I don't know if I look. Time.
Really?
When you look before I thought check it was 37 minutes. I think it was still going. So I would really suck in this cut.
43 minutes.
No,
We didn't lose much.
pretty sure it was like in close to an hour, right?
Wait, what are we at?
20.
We apologize for the technical difficulties. Looks like we lost like 13 minutes of footage, but that's your fault. You didn't tell us.
That's right. Post in the comment section below.
Yeah, but this is all live. You guys know that we're doing this. We can't do this live. Let's be serious.
No.
We got too many tangents that you guys can't hear about. We got to cut all that.
So Minecraft is going to make a lot of money. How do we all feel about? I mean, who cares? I guess it's going to make like I don't know. It might make more than Mario. It might make more than. It's probably gonna be under Endgame and Infinity War. Let's be real.
I thought you were gonna be. It's gonna make more than Mario. It's gonna make more than Luigi.
Luigi.
No, this movie just makes me more worried about Zelda.
Oh yeah, true. Because like I don't like. Here's the thing. I don't. It's okay for this movie to make money because it's like, but like Link is my character, and like a Minecraft, you know, can appeal to mostly like the kids are having a lot of fun with it, and they don't need highbrow movies, you know, but like. Take Link a little bit more serious. Like, give me a Mario style Link, that's fine. But like, don't make it a Minecraft.
Like,
Link.
if there was,
don't go that dumb with Link, please.
If there's one video game character that's like, if you had to say that was your favorite character of all time,
Link,
would it be Link? I think it would have to be Link. So I'm trying to think. Like, that's the one game
video
series
game,
I played the
why
most
not, I guess.
growing up. So
as
much as I don't really play it anymore, and I'm mad at Nintendo. I think that the first movie I'm going to be like the Minecraft fans all pissed off.
Like my expectations would be low. Just don't.
No, but see, that's the thing is the Minecraft movie. Nobody talked. Like, there's totally a way to make up all these personalities that weren't there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In Zelda, there is distinct ways people talk, react, and there's things that happen. In Minecraft, it's all up to you to fill that stuff in.
See, Garrett is a really awesome character. People thought that Jason Momoa would be like the worst part about it. I think it was the best part, easily. There was nothing really bad about the character besides like story shit.
Who's that guy?
He was fun.
He was he got the high score Donkey Kong. Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell.
And that's who that guy's based on. Billy Mitchell.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where he's like a has-been. He's like, yeah, I got that good score. 1,000 years ago.
And the ending of the movie, like they all resurrect his store or whatever, arcade shop.
I was like, how dark is this movie?
Yeah, geez.
So this arcade shop, and like Steve's living there now, and it's all like good and shit, and like I don't know how they're gonna go back to the overworld, but
how
like, you just spoiled the movie.
I was been out for like 2 weeks.
I didn't expect Steve to die.
That's 2 weeks.
No.
So when you were watching the movie, were you thinking like, I thought Jack Black was in this. Where was he? Were you think, or did you see Steve, or did you see Jack Black? Who'd you see?
Yeah, no, it's Jack Black.
Okay.
I didn't see Steve at all. What?
Steve.
Yeah. I watched that. I don't know if you saw Red Letter Media's review of Minecraft.
I saw, yeah.
Where he's like, I am, and they just have this fucking muted, and you're just waiting for it, and they pause for like 20 seconds.
Jack Black is staring at you.
Fuck, I love the editing.
Yeah, it is really fun. Go check Red Letter Media and Mini Minds. It's pretty good stuff.
We don't plug anybody except us, unless they're paying us.
You know what? That kind of puts us on a higher scale.
Are they paying you?
It's like, hey, check out Red Letter Media and Mini Minds.
And Mini Minds.
Same content, basically.
Same. Like, we're way hotter. I will say, Mini Minds got a way hotter cast.
Yeah, especially than the Empty Minds. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
Go check out Mini Minds.
The funny thing is how we actually got offended. You're like, wait,
what the fuck?
Wait. I wanted to say, because I was thinking about when you said the Mario movie, I would love a Luigi movie. That's for all those second player little brothers out there. And the movie is all about how Luigi's living in his brother's shadow, and it's his adventure this time.
Ooh, give me a Luigi's Mansion.
I would want I want him to have I want him to be up there with Mario. He can't have his own weird side story first. He needs to have his own adventure where he sends, because honestly, is Rosalina his princess? Hotter.
What happened to Daisy?
Rosalina, I think, isn't Mario still? Mario Galaxy?
That's Mario Galaxy, yeah.
Okay, who's his princess?
No.
Rosita?
No, it's Daisy. Kind of.
Wait, is it Daisy?
They're never.
I thought it was just a scientist in Luigi's Mansion.
No, they kind of. But here's the thing: they retconned it all, and they're like, Mario and Peach are best friends. It's like,
yeah, he's eating that ass.
Also, I love that. I was just watching that.
Hey,
Apparently,
oh come on, I got a good joke.
the parental controls video Nintendo has for their Switch has Bowser looking at a phone at one point and has a wallpaper of Peach.
I'll tell you something. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Mario takes her to Mushroom Kingdom, if you know what I mean. It's because a dick looks like a mushroom.
Princess Toadstool.
Because she sits on that.
What are we talking about? We're talking about tariffs at one point. We're talking about the philosophy of direwolves. Are they
talking
real?
about the philosophy of the Mushroom Kingdom.
If we can make toads in real life, would we? Would we or wouldn't we?
Wait, what are we?
No, would we or wouldn't we? No,
we can make toads. What are we? Honestly, Brandon, give me your toad impression.
Oh, I don't remember what he sounds like.
Prince Philip.
Have you said a word this podcast?
Yeah.
No, he seems not much, but he has to.
I haven't said a word in 15 years.
I died
Michael
15 years ago. Yeah,
that's what
fades away
to.
again. Keeps coming back and fading away.
Okay, so give us a toad impression.
I can't remember what he sounds like.
He's like,
I can't remember what he looks like either. Oh, Toad. You like that type on the circle hat thing?
oh, he's got a mushroom hat.
So
Mushroom
is
head.
that a hat or is that his head?
He takes off as a hat.
When does he take it off?
I feel like I never hear him talk ever.
Here's the thing.
He's like, Mario!
Yeah, he talks in Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it right to call him a mushroom?
Nobody's doing it. This is where's this bit? You go then.
Where's
Fucking
it
you
wear
guys are.
diapers?
You guys wouldn't wear
Do a
those
Prince
mushroom
Florian
caps.
impression. I don't even know who that
Oh
is.
yeah, do your Prince
Wonder.
Florian.
Hello.
What was that again?
Remember we
Remember
were
the
playing
green-
that Super Mario game, and you were that you were
yeah.
the prince, and you always made us laugh.
Oh yeah, how's that go
Hey,
again?
hello.
Hi.
Like that? Like that?
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, why don't I remember any of this?
We all played the 4-player Mario. We were running around, and for some reason we're like, Brandon,
Super
you
Mario
be the
Wonders.
prince.
Super
And he's
Mario
like,
Wonder.
Hi.
Downstairs.
Oh,
He
okay.
gave this little hair. He's like, hi, I'm Prince Florian.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. It was not what I was imagining. He just gave him this tiniest little voice. So, what are we doing today?
Yeah.
I just like that before we started this pod, Brandon just said the Freshco joke and just started laughing.
No, Forrest said his favorite store now is Fresco.
Yeah, and then you're like, fresh cock. He's fucking
Yeah.
so laughing.
Well, the other thing that was funny before this podcast started, we're just about to start, and I was like, okay, I got to grab my drink. So it's like I go to grab my drink, and Christian's like right here. So imagine like it's right here. So I go and I knock over the drink, and I fumble, and I get even closer to him. Like I whisper, like Adam, fuck me.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I heard that so audibly, way too close. As I was trying to plug my phone in or something.
Fuck me.
That made me fucking laugh.
I can't wait. Summer's coming. You know what that means? Well, I don't know where you guys are moving.
Mosquitoes.
But you know what? If you guys move somewhere where you don't have a backyard, Christian, bring the projector, bring the screen, come out in the country. I was wondering, like, if I could. Oh, like, I'm asking you on. I was like, I want to borrow it. No, it's because I want to do something for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it'd be fun to like set that up and fucking have a screen at the end of the night, and fucking jerk off.
big screen. Play Empty Minds on it. I don't know.
Jerk off your mind.
On my birthday, can you imagine the fucking ego I would have?
I just imagine like you're just all alone there on a lawn chair. Somebody they have the giant screen of Empty Minds playing. Somebody approaches, looks at it, like then looks at you. You're the same person. You're watching
Why
yourself.
would they be? I like that somebody I don't know is in my
Yeah,
yard
that's what
passing by.
somebody like enters your backyard. Like, what is this? And then just the biggest ego. You're sitting there with like a wine glass.
Well, that was like when, because we always like, what happens is there's a lot of times we're in the editing process. Like I'm doing it, Christian's doing it, and the other guys don't get to see it, so we end up watching it here. So then I just find it funny. You see people walk by, and next thing you know, they like you can see the TV clearly from the window that's right behind you guys, and it's right out of sight there. So it's like we're watching the TV, so it's like they walk by, look at the TV, we're on the TV. Then they look into the room and we're all sitting there. Like it must be like some weird fucking feeling. How many people see that?
Yeah. Oh my god, I want that drink. They're not
Oh,
gonna bring
explain
that
it.
back.
Just drink on
Explain
the
it.
TV.
It's a summer
blue,
berry drink
red.
from Starbucks last
Oh,
year.
yeah.
It looks like an ice pop.
It looks
Probably
like
tastes
you're about to chuck outside.
No,
The trash.
honestly, I just got it with water. It was more like flavored water, and they had like those like little bubble things at the bottom. Oh, so good.
Bobas,
I don't know.
like a boba tea.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's
what
like
that is.
they're black. They're like tapioca balls.
Maybe. I don't know.
Boba Fett.
You uncultured swine. What are you talking? You don't know what boba is? It's a type of tea. But anyways, hey, look at that. Another episode, episode 93, 92, 91,
Thank
90.
you all for joining us. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this channel, Mini Minds and Film Tyrant.
Oh yeah, Film
Now
Tyrant
what?
is monetized.
1,050 subs and climbing.
And
come
more
watch me
to
love
see.
or hate Daredevil. We'll see. We'll see about that.
Yeah, like 150,050.
Yeah.
You're a YouTube master is your destiny. Thank you all for watching. Big Budge over here, twitch.tv/Big Budge. We got Mini Minds. We're coming out every 2 weeks. You know,
should we advertise at the beginning of our podcast? Because here's the thing. Nobody will ever make it to the end of an hour-long podcast. Nobody ever sees this.
But did you remember what was at the start? You guys went and hid. That should be the start.
Oh, yeah,
I can't wait to see how that's gonna look, because like I think we were the only ones holding the mics.
I was like this though, and Christian was behind me. You probably still hear it.
Yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, bump.
Oh shit.
Okay, so
wait, we never got the bloody noses. What was that about?
I just wanted to put it there to give you guys something to react to.
Oh, no.
I wrote bloody noses or bloody pussies.
Like, what does that even mean? It just doesn't.
No, but I was wondering, like, were any of you two, or three of you, were any of you three like big nosebleeders?
No.
Do you guys ever have like nosebleeds, or like, do you ever have like some weird fucking ailment as a child?
No, my kids are insane with nosebleeds. Holy shit! But like for me, my uncle JR gave me a nosebleed once. He threw a frisbee at my nose.
Oh, when you get hit in the nose so hard, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah.
There's like your eyes tear up immediately, and then it pisses me off because people think you're crying. It's like, I didn't fucking know. Oh, I'm crying.